Hello, ladies. It's Melissa Wilkes here, nutrition and mindset coach. And I wanted to talk to you about this because this is all I've heard for the last 2 weeks from people messaging me, sending me DMs, commenting on my posts, and even from my clients, wanting to know why they're sabotaging themselves every time they start seeing results. Okay. I'm going to make this quick and I'm going to probably trigger you. So please be mindful. I'm just going to say it as it is. I'm not really here to fluff around. Let's talk about what's really going on. What I've actually said is, have you ever noticed that whenever you're starting to feel good about yourself, you're starting to get the results, maybe you're weighing yourself and you find yourself like falling off the wagon or just giving up on those goals. You start to skip the walk, you start to snack more. And the next thing you know, you're back to square one. The weight starts to creep on and you're just feeling really deflated, feeling, oh my gosh, like I just worked my butt off the last 2 months. What am I doing? What's wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this? And I want you to know you're not broken. There's not something wrong with you at all. It's because this isn't actually about the food. It's not about the movement, although that's what everybody says. It's about what your brain has been trained to believe is safe. What it's been trained to believe is how we look after ourselves, how we stay in a kind of a protective mode. Self-sabotage, it's not some random thing. Primal reaction that our body has. It's a very protective kind of mechanism that our body does. Our brain is wired for familiarity. It's wired for us to know what's happening going forward. It's for that common familiar behavior and pattern. It's not wired for success. It's not wired for growth. It's not wired for big change because it wants you to go back to what you know. It wants to go back to what's familiar. Okay. So if you have spent many years yo-yo dieting, hating your body, and let's be honest, if you're looking in the mirror and you're not saying very nice things about yourself, that is like hating on your body. Maybe you know that you always feel out of control with food. Maybe you know that your relationship with food isn't what it's supposed to be. It's got to that point where it does feel like it's really out of control. Then feeling good, feeling in control, feeling proud about your food choices, feeling proud even about your body and how it looks, that is actually unfamiliar. It's almost to the point where our mind thinks it's not safe. And our brain will go, no, wait, we don't want the confidence. We don't want this amazing body. We want to go back to what we know. We want to go back to how things were. We knew that there was always going to be lots of food coming in. We're used to the stress patterns of thinking. We're used to the food guilt. And so the mind goes back there. It goes, nope, nope, nope. This is what we're used to. Basically, let's just look at the brain is designed to keep us safe. We're designed to be kept as safe as possible from birth to death. And familiarity is what it will always go to because that feels safe. Then what happens is we find ourselves, we're back in the pantry, we're back snacking, and we're like, why? Why is this happening? Look, let me tell you what we think weight loss and we think results, it's all about food. We think it's all about movement. And so many people will say, I'm really struggling to lose weight. I've done this and I've done that. And everyone's opinions in the comments, I'm reading them and they're always like, you've got too many calories going in and not enough out. You are probably not eating enough protein, whatever it is. Everyone's got the answers, right? But nobody talks about the most important thing, the whole reason. Like when I started coaching, I started as a nutrition coach 10 years ago. Everybody was doing the same thing. We would write meal plans for clients. That's what we were told. That's what we were taught. Guess what? Clients, time and time again, were like, I've fallen off the wagon. Melissa, can you rewrite me a food plan? That's why I'm not a big believer in food plans. I'll write them for my clients initially, but then I teach them how to do those things. and how to think differently, because this is where it's actually happening. It's happening in our mind. It's happening in our thoughts, in our behaviors. Our brain creates neural pathways from the most repeated behaviors. Okay. The more you repeat the binge eating cycles, the more you repeat the emotional eating, the more you repeat the restriction and then binge, or the diet thinking and behaviors, the stronger that wiring is going to become. And so your brain is going to go, no, let's go back here. Let's go back to what's familiar. So every time you try to do something new, it feels like you are sabotaging yourself. It feels like you are holding yourself back. It feels like you are the one that's stuck. And it feels hard to make those changes. And I need you to know it's important to be kind to yourself. It's not about restricting. It's not about getting more disciplined or having more willpower. It's about, how can we make the changes in our mind? How can we rewire our brain? How can we teach ourselves and our mind and our body how to do things differently? Because you're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. Most women are actually motivated enough to lose weight or to get fit or to get healthier. But as soon as we start to do it, our brain goes into the old script. That's where that self-sabotage comes in. So what do we want to do? We want to rewire it. Okay. We want to rewire our brain and make those changes so that they're long lasting, so that our brain also thinks these changes are safe. This is a couple of tips I want to give you before I jump off. First of all, expect resistance. Your brain is designed that way. Don't be shocked when your brain is saying, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't know if I should do this, or if things feel like harder to do and then they get easier. Like, it's okay. The growth is happening. The next thing is to catch the pattern as quickly as possible. I teach my clients really good techniques about this, but this is a technique I want you to use. Ask yourself every time you go to eat, have a conversation with yourself. Okay, that's the first most important thing you can do. That's super helpful, is to ask yourself, is this decision moving me closer to my goals of weight loss or further away? Because a lot of times we're making these decisions, we're not consciously aware. And then follow it up with, am I doing this because I might feel unsafe in my results, in my changes in my success? Is that why I'm doing it? This is how we rewire the brain. And we do it also with repetition. Think about when you were going for your driver's license, just got my third child, my youngest, doing all the car lessons with him. And it's so funny how I've become so much more aware of my driving patterns while I'm teaching him to drive. You think about when you learn to drive, we jump in the car, we drive to the shops, and we get there and we're like, did I stop at the stop sign? Did I indicate when I change lanes? We don't think about it. Like, we just do it because there was that repetition. So that is what is happening. We want to make that new patterns familiar. We want to make the new changes in our way of thinking familiar and safe so that we don't have to think about it. It becomes automatic, just like it's automatic when you drive to the shops. Whereas when you're learning to drive, you are so focused on it. You're trying to do a million things. You're trying to look, is there any cars coming either way? Have I checked my blind spots? Is it safe to go? Have I indicated for long enough? All those things, right? But once we learn to drive, we don't have to think about it. This is what we're wanting to create. Self-sabotage is not the end for us. It's okay. It's actually an opportunity. It is an opportunity. How exciting. It's a sign that your brain just needs some rewiring. And I'm actually running an event on Monday night. I have a few spots free if you would like to join. The event is called How to Rewire Your Brain for Weight Loss. And I would love you to come. If you're interested, comment below. This is for women who are sick of starting strong and then crash as soon as they start getting results, or find that they get the results and then they go, I hate the word backwards, but the weight comes back on. If you are ready to really feel like you're in control and not like you're constantly in that self sabotage, being consistent with your food changes and get that weight loss forever, please hit me up. Let me know if you want to join our event on Monday night. Already have some amazing women joining. I would love you to be part of it if you're interested. If any part of this resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Please let me know and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.